So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, which I really doubt there's any evening anywhere at this point. Not yet. Afternoon, yes. And welcome to UkraineDating.tv, the world's first and only by donation video platform that is designed for Western men to meet Slavic women and win the hearts of beautiful Ukrainian women. So today's topic is women's happiness linked to their traditional values. Okay, then let's see. Let me play the video for you guys, and then we can discuss it, or I can discuss it.
What's going on with women these days? We used to be a lot happier than men, and now we're not. What happened?
What you've found is that over the past 20 years or so, women have converged downward to the unhappiness levels of men. And at first I thought, great, men are getting happier. Women are getting unhappier, is what we find. And they're getting unhappier very quickly. And so there's a lot of different theories of it. You find that there's a lot less family formation going on. There's a lot less marriage. You find that men and women are diverging politically really, really quickly. You find that women are getting much more politically progressive and men are getting more conservative. And so the result of it is that, especially in a culture where people think that the most important thing for making a romantic match is voting for the same party idiotically, social media is especially targeted at young women. It's creating a whole lot of misery with the social comparison, with political hatred, with the sense of loneliness that's crawling out of people's smartphones. And all these things together are creating an epidemic of unhappiness among women, especially young women in our society today.
Well, so okay. By the way, guys, I know there's only one viewer. Pretty sure I know who this is. But anyway, there's a poll today that is actually working. So please check it out. So the question is, men, what is the main reason women becoming less happy? A, social media fuels comparison. B, women today lack femininity. C, too career driven. And D, dating apps offer too many options. Pick one and anyway, and then please, guys, I want you to interact with me. And okay, hello. And okay, info seeker 007. Ooh. Yeah, you're back here. Okay, so women by the media have been brainwashed to become more dominant. They're taking place of men, and men in commercials look weak and idiots. This is the type of programming. Men lost their masculinity. I have to agree with you on that. Honestly, I do. Uh, yes, I don't know. Like I said, I don't have social media, and really, I think it's too much because it's just putting these crazy ideas. That I've seen some women have their channels. There's this one lady, I don't know her name or whatever. I don't really watch her channel. Like I said, I watch dating um collages with modern dating and whatever dating, especially in the West. So there's this one woman, obviously she's married to a simp. Like, I have no respect for her husband. Actually, I don't feel sorry for simps. I don't, you know. And anyways, she wrote a book apparently, and she's talking about, oh, secure this bag, ladies, rah, 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 kind of this bull crap. Talking about, you have to get a man that pays for everything, and if you make money, you keep the money, and blah blah blah. And it's like, well, like, it's just, if I was a man and I seen this, I would, and see the women that comment on it, I would just make sure this one is scratched off my list, this one scratched off my list. It's like, I don't know, women look at other women's pages, which, to be honest, I want to say at least 90% of all false. They pretend to be all this. They pretend to be, oh, look at me, and I'm like in the private jet where you can actually go into like a warehouse where they have a part of a private jet that looks like you're sitting in the private jet in an angle. Oh, look, and with champagne and all this. It's like, social media, 90% of it is fake, and women still don't get it through their heads. It's just fake. And so many couples that pretend to be, oh, we're such a great couple, look at us, and we're traveling here, we're traveling there. There was this one couple that there were social media influencers and blah blah blah, and then basically they're like they were, I think it was a couple of years ago if I'm not mistaken, or a year ago, or a couple of years ago if I'm not mistaken, and they were portraying that they're such a happy couple, this and that, and then he killed her. I mean, but I just don't understand what is going through these like women's or even men's head. Like, I'm not thinking just women, it's just people's heads. Looking at someone's social media and thinking, oh, look at them. Oh, he's bought her this ring and it's just $25,000. Chances of chances are this ring is fake. People that have money, that are successful, they don't go on parade on the internet. They don't show that they have all this. They have no reason to. There's just absolutely no reason why. If I was filthy rich, I would not even tell anyone I'm rich. I would just keep it to myself and, share this information with my man. Probably not even tell my family, to help them out, but they don't need to know. It's something that you always keep private. Your financials and your personal life, you always should keep it private, period. So, yes, I agree on, social media. It's just too much. Okay, let me see. Okay. That's that here. Anyway, women have lost their family before this, and now making them unhappy because they do truly need a strong man. Amen, Alan. Tampa, Florida. Alan. Um, exactly. And I noticed that a lot of women these days just like become too masculine. Well, I make money, like, what do I need a man for? Well, what do you mean? What do you need a man for? What if, like, when you need a plumber, do you think a woman is going to show up and do the job? Or when you go to a mechanic, you think there's a woman going to be fixing your car? I wouldn't trust a woman fixing my car or doing the plumbing. And honestly, I wouldn't. Maybe cooking a meal, yes, I would. A cleaning, yes, okay. I would prefer a woman to do the job. But actually, the best chefs in the world are actually males, so go figure. But there's so many women that cook so good, but they're like very hidden gems. Like if you go to Ukraine, every single woman cooks. There's no ifs or buts, unless maybe if she's really born into like rich family, and then she's, yeah, those are the, I don't really know. They're not. I don't consider them like traditional women. They're just Barbie dolls, They get everything handed to them on a silver platter. Uh, Anyway, but the thing is, in Ukraine, that not that many rich people. Everybody's equally, basically poor, as there was like 43 years ago. Same thing happening right now. Not middle class is very non-existent. So, okay. Hi, Dan. Oh, you're back. Hello, Dan. Merry Christmas to you. Okay. And yes, happy, wonderful. Yeah, it's New Year's soon, right? Anyway, and then by the way, you guys, right here, please register and matchguarantee.com/deals. We still have the deal. I'm not sure how many seats available. We had 3 seats as of yesterday. I'm not sure if about today. I haven't talked to my bosses yet, but we still have that deal, $2,000 and then $500. But all the other seats from before were sold out. Anyway, hold on a second. Okay, so let's get back to this. Wait a minute, comments. Here we go. Okay, let's see. Okay, so far I'm looking at the polls. 62% say social media fuels comparison. 12% say women today lack femininity, which, yes, again, social media, I guess. Too career driven. Yes, dating apps offer too many options. All the other three are 12% each. Yes, I also know that so many dating apps these days, it's like swipe left, swipe right, and then women think, oh, well, this guy wants me because well, the question is, okay, so men, if they have an opportunity to bang you, they will go for it. Most men don't have really standards, don't have high standards at least. They're just really low. So you can be 300 pounds and, looking like an ogre, but somebody will still want to, give it to you. But the question is, how many of these men that want to bang you, how many of these men actually want to be in a relationship with you, or let alone marry you, or let alone date you, or vice versa? How many men want to do that? You know, that's the question. The man, like, yeah, but it's not that hard to get laid if you're a woman. It's very easy. I've seen literally like -2, not even a zero, -2 getting laid left and right. But the thing is that nobody wants to be with them. They're embarrassed to take them out in public, you know. And but yeah, and then again, career driven and lacking femininity. I think they both kind of go hand in hand, because if you concentrate too much on career, and then you invest too much time into your career, you don't really have time to uh, and if you're like a go-getter, there's not many women can juggle both, be feminine and be career driven. um High passport king. So it's I don't know, it's not every woman can handle this, to be very very career driven, and then still come home and then cook a nice homemade meal, clean the house, take care of the kids. It's I can't imagine doing all of it together. Like, I mean, depends on your career. If you go and you just really do a very easy jobs, which most women do, and I can't imagine that being that hard, unless you're like a doctor or a lawyer where you really put in long hours and you have to be on point. You can't make any errors, then I can't imagine them being also a wife and very very nurturing, very, like being there for the kids. This is why, if you both of you are career driven, don't start a family, because then you just have to hire nannies and maids and this and that, and then you're really not even there for your kids. And I've seen so many families where um you know both parents are super rich, but they're absent from their kids life. And to make it up to the kids, they just spoil them rotten. It's like anything they want here. I'm not here, but you want this, here you go, here you go. And then these kids grow up to be very entitled. They really don't know how to navigate through life, other than, oh, I deserve everything, I'm very entitled with, my daddy and mommy, they buy me everything, so now everybody has to bow down to me, kind of stuff. And which is, I think it's just stupid. Just don't recommend to be having a family if you both can't even spend time with your kids. And so I think there should be a balance in the relationship. If one parent is very successful, making good money, then that parent should be concentrating on career, and the other parent should stay home, whether it's a woman or a man. It's best that a woman stays home, because it's not it comes natural to a woman to be a parent and to be nurturing. That's just how women are born in our DNA. Even though I've seen some men that stay home fathers, and they do a pretty good job. But then again, it takes out of the masculinity of a man and puts a woman where she is the wearing the pants in the relationship, which I think it's all backwards. Like I said, this is why the Ukrainian women are very family oriented. We're traditional women. That's what we are born with it. We this is in our DNA, it's in our brain imprinted. This is how we grow up. Where, but at the same time, a lot of women in Ukraine, actually, if not all women in Ukraine, because you can't survive on one income as a household. You probably can, but it's really, really, really tight, and you can't have more than one child. So you kind of so. And like I said before, Most people, it's very thin middle class line in Ukraine. A little line that's like rich people. Mostly it's just everybody's in like poorer, less of middle class, not completely poor. There of course there's a lot of poor people, but you know where I'm going with this. Anyway, okay. Let's see. Passport. Yes, thank you. Yes, I did get a hold of the IT, and they made it happen. So, okay, facts. Women can be physically hideous, but some men, no standards, won't care. Yes, that's my point. And you know what? And whose fault is that? Because it's the man's fault when they go and stick it to her. She's thinking, oh well, this guy, banged me, and this guy banged me, and this guy banged me, so I must be very desirable. And then she's thinking, and then people still, and like I said, social media, people don't look like they are on in the pictures. It's unless you see them in person. Like for example, I've seen a lot of women that look so good on the profiles with the pictures, butt sticking out, and then and all this and that, and then they look like tiny little waist and big hips. And in reality, I've seen them, and I'm like, who's this? Who are you? And this is you? Like, I mean, seriously, yo, yeah, that's me. And I'm like, but what happened to your body? Like, what? Didn't you take this picture like last week? How did you get 10 more extra inches on your waist? Where did this come from? Like, it's and some of them they don't even know how to use Photoshop properly, and you could even see the background is so all distorted. It's like, lady, come on, like, who are you fooling? Who are you fooling? And I think just men become so desperate at this point, eh, to find a good woman. They're just swiping left or whatever, right, whichever way it goes on Tinder or whatnot. I don't know. And just to get one date, they will have to swipe through 100. There was a study made by some anyway, I can't remember, but this guy has a podcast and he's pretty famous, has like two some million subscribers. And he was saying that they did a study how many times guy has to swipe on women just to get one date. Is like over 100 swipes. For a woman, she just sits there and watching all this guy. And there was another one where a good looking guy, like 10 out of 10, like body, face, tall, handsome, really, really good looking guy. And they put his, just as a study. So they put his profile, created his profile with a bunch of pictures. And then they put a picture of a woman with her foot, just like from the knee down, just her foot, and not even a good foot, like, and she had so many, what is it, matches? Ugh, match guarantee, and I'm thinking of this word match. Anyway, so the yeah, she had more um matches than the guy within 24 hours, and he was gorgeous, and there was a foot, the foot that she didn't, the pedicure wasn't even done. I mean, and it was hairy, and I'm like, this is what it's come to. And come on, man, please, I'm begging you, please, to realize that there are more women than men in the world. And it's a proven fact. There's like in I think it was like, what, for every man there's four women in the North America. So why I can't understand, why can't you find a good woman? But again, women in the West, and before you speak, and hello, before you start talking to me, telling me stop talking about Western women, again, Western modern women, it's that they watch these shows like The View, or I mean, I haven't really watched an episode of View, but I've seen it on YouTube, like, just bits and pieces of that show. I don't know who watches it, but then again, it's these modern women that they watch this crap, this garbage, poisons their mind. They think when she's like barely a two, and she thinks, well, I got a job. Well, so I'm so independent. I pay my own rent. It's not really, that's not a flex. It's everybody has to do it. Like, why are you flexing it? Why? Like, what makes you think that this is a flex? It's not a flex. It's day to day, thing to do. You have to. Like, who else is supposed to take care of you if not you? Like, what, your parents have to take care of you until they die? What's the mentality about this? Anyway, let's see. Okay, let's go back to the polls. So again, 64% is social media fuels comparison. Women today lack femininity. It's 18%, and career and dating apps are equally at 9%. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I see Pat is back here. 1 second. Yes. Modern society has a peculiar habit of masculinize women and feminize men. Yes, in the West, you know what? In the East, men are still very masculine. You go to Ukraine, every man is on the front lines, fighting. Women, even with some women are. Hi, Pat. Hello, Pat. Things with Sveta turn around and are good. Yes, language barrier was causing misunderstandings. Thank you, Anna, coaching, and whomever is Sveta coach helped. There you go, Pat. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy. I was really heartbroken because I'm like, really? Because you guys look happy in the picture with, swimming with the dolphins. And I was so happy, and then I felt heartbroken, and I felt betrayed in a way, even though it's not. It's not happening to me. I thought she was being mean to you, and hope I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Yay! Okay, so yeah, the language barrier. I remember, Pat, when I first came to Canada. I spoke. I could say, yes, my name is Jeannie, and I'm from Ukraine. I'm 18 years old. That's pretty much it. And when I started working, my dad was like, you're not gonna sit here at the house and not work. So my first job was at McDonald's. Sorry, I just need to clear my throat with some coffee. I make mushroom coffee. I make it myself too. So I got these limeade mushrooms, and I mixed them with the coffee, and so good. Anyway, so I remember the funny thing. Okay, so it was me and two other people. Like, they hired me on the spot. I didn't speak. I didn't really speak English, so they hired me on the spot because McDonald's, they don't discriminate. They don't care. They just want to pay you minimum wage to start, and then that's it. And they were making us read the contract and blah blah blah, this and that. So they're giving it to me, and I'm supposed to read. I'm supposed to read it first, and I couldn't read. Like, I could read, but very very slow, and I'm like kind of thing. And so the manager's like, okay. And I'm so embarrassed. I'm like red. I'm like tomato red or lobster red. He gives it to this other girl, and she starts reading, and she's born and raised in Canada, and she is doing the same thing. She's, if not, well, she wasn't worse than me, a little bit better, but not. And then so he's like, okay. He looks at the other guy, and the other guy, I can see he's sweating and he's all nervous. And the manager's like, okay, I'll just read. It was so funny. At least I had an excuse. But yeah, language barrier. Once she gets here, Pat, she's it's gonna be easy to pick up, because when everybody speaks English, you just have no choice other than to learn it. Believe me, my stepmom's mother came here when she was in her like late 60s or something, and she learned. So it'll be easy. Okay, let's do. So happy for you, Pat. Okay, Passport King. All my exes are pretty girls. If I'm embarrassed to be seen with her in public, I'm not gonna sneak around with her, even if no one's looking. You know what? I agree with you. Well, it's okay. Again, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, right? What you might think that pretty is pretty, some guys might think is okay. Because, for example, my man and his best friends, they have completely different tastes in women, completely different. Like my man likes women like me, slim, yeah, slim, athletic, right? His friend likes them with big butt and big boobs, and like he likes them round, like not round, but hourglass figure, which I have hourglass figure as well, but I'm slim. She likes them. I'm not his type at all, like at all. So, and I know so many men. Some men like blonde, some men like brunettes, some like long hair, some like short hair. It's the matter of perspective, I guess. But yes, I understand. I understand what you mean. There has to be attraction. That's the bottom line. If you're not attracted to her, she's not attracted to you. You cannot, how say, oh, um, he'll grow on me or she will grow on me. No, for men, at least for men, it's not a non-negotiable. Okay, for men, they're visual. Okay, they're very visual, and if they're not attracted to the woman, it's not happening. Well, in cases other than just okay, they can really turn her around or put a paper bag, but not not look at her. But to be with her on a daily basis and actually be in love with her, they have to be physically attracted. And for women, again, women, their mind is a little bit different. They're more emotionally involved than visually. They Their emotions come before visual things, right? So I mean, other than when it comes to shoes or whatever fashion, I guess I don't know. But my point being is that women they're more they connect with you on different levels before like looks they can oversee, right? Overlook, right? I think so. So it's not number one for women. For number one for women, at least for Ukrainian women. Like I told you, my grandma always told me, the man should be a little bit better looking than the gorilla. Of course, as a joke, but there's a little bit of truth to it. You know, to me, like I don't like pretty boys. That's not it's a no no for me. Even though I did date a very pretty boy before, I was actually engaged to him, but there was no connection, like like yeah, physical connection, yes, whatever, but we didn't connect on other levels, which is a no no for me. I tried it. I was like, okay, well, yeah, because at first I'm like, wow, he's so good looking, but then after a while, it's just like, well, we really don't have anything in common. Like, honestly, we don't, other than we look good as a couple, we super hot couple, but that was about it. So I couldn't see myself being married to him, having his children, and I was just like, I can't do that because we did not connect. This time I have a man who's very good looking, but he's more of a rugged looking guy, which I actually prefer. I like my man that look like men, like that you don't want to mess with. You know what I mean? It's just the one look at him is like, no, I don't want to mess with this guy. Okay, but even though he's very sweet and kind, and but his looks actually he looks like a dangerous man, especially when he's serious. He looks like he can do some damage, but he's actually very kind and sweet. Even though he can kick ass, which I love because I wanted a man who can be a protector. I don't want a pretty boy that has eyebrows more better looking than mine and just, his hair is on point. No, no, that's not for me. Okay? And that's what I know most Ukrainian women, they don't care for looks. Okay? And I'm not saying that they don't care at all. Of course, there, like I said, there has to be attraction, a physical attraction, but for Ukrainian women, it's not the most important thing. Like I said, the man has to be a provider. And then I'm not saying that he has to provide financially all of the things. No, that's not the case. But provide the security, so the safety, like to be the protector of the household, of the woman, of the kids. If somebody breaks in, I don't want a man who'd be like, "Oh my God, what do I do?" Like, but that's what I see lately in Western society, where man has been so emasculated by women that they just don't even know. And like, if the crisis comes, he can't provide protection. They don't know what to do. They'll probably be hiding behind the woman's back because she's the one who's been wearing pants all this time. And and then the woman's like, well, what's happening? But then it's the woman's fault. So anyway, let's see. And one, my troll. Hello, hello, hello. So, Pat, are you planning to propose to her after 6 months? Will be ideal. More than that, she may doubt your seriousness. Yes, I think. Well, okay. And just to clarify something, it's 6 months after she comes here and she lives with you for 6 months, because you need to test drive this too. Not again, I don't want to sound cynical or anything or like negative, but you have to, because let me tell you one thing. Dating, seeing each other on a daily basis, he stays at your place, you stay at his place, blah, blah, blah. And you guys get along great and everything, blah, blah, blah. But it's different when you live together. It's completely different. When you live together, it's not the same as just dating and staying at each other's places, having your toothbrush at his place, he has his, and then you have a little bit of things there, a little bit of things there. No, it's different. Okay, so you have to test drive this and see how that goes. Because a lot of the times I've seen people, moving together, and they date for like 2 3 years. They finally decide to move in together, they move in together, and then it's like, what the hell? Like, what am I doing? Like, no, this is not what I signed up for. Because they try to be on their best behavior while they're staying at your place, or you're staying at their place. But when you in your own safe space, that's where all the walls come down, and that's when you see how they really are. So my suggestion, again, it's just my suggestion, Pat, you bring her here, do the 6 months, because 6 months is exactly how long she can stay here anyway. So do the 6 months, see how it goes, and then go from there. Don't jump into both feet, and then get married and then regret that when it's too late. Again, I'm not trying to be negative, I'm just being protective. Okay, that's all, because I really like you, I really care about you, and I want you to be happy, and it's just precaution. Okay. All right. Okay. And hello, and you see, I should make some shorts for you, because you're butt naked. Anyway, okay. Okay, let's see. I never wasted my time with dating apps. Good. They serve to feed women's ego, to give them dopamine hits and make them feel good about self from free attention. Right? Passport King, when I had Instagram, and I told you my Instagram was all about my food and exercises and like holistic eating, and like holistic medicine, and just well-being and stuff. Of course, I had some pictures of me to prove that I how my very little of workout gets me great results. I really don't work out much. Honestly, I don't, but I have six pack. Well, not six pack. Right now it's 4 pack, I think. Anyway, so I was just, yeah, so, but it's not many pictures. We had some videos of me dancing with actually a mask on my face, but anyway, because I'm a good dancer. So, and I want to inspire people of being, just dancing makes me happy. So I want to inspire people of being happy, because happiness makes you pretty. Okay, when you're happy within, it shows. So anyway, and I would have, like, seriously, I would have so many guys just in my DMs, and I would just new message, new message. I barely ever open them. Sometimes they would, just for shits and giggles, but it's like, oh, you're the queen, blah blah blah. Can I be your king, or can I be your servant? It's just stupid stuff, and it's like, what are you really trying to achieve here, buddy? Like, I'm not interested. No, like I didn't reply, and it's And I'm just thinking, like, because I have a different mindset. You can't just, like, my ego gets fed when, I'm being recognized for my intelligence or for my skills, for my witness, or like my talents, okay? But you can't just, feed my ego just based on my looks. Oh, you're pretty. Okay, okay, I have a mirror. Thank you very much. I really don't need anybody to say that to me other than my man. I really don't care. Like, when people give me compliments, I feel awkward. I do. Um, but I do understand these women, like, I guess, lack of education. And I'm not talking about, being educated in like engineering and stuff. I'm talking about being educated in life, because you can be very intelligent. You can have a bachelor's degree, PhD, but I've seen some people that have degrees and they cannot navigate through life because they haven't been taught how to navigate through life. And I'm talking about the West again, because in Ukraine, everybody's street smart ever since they're kids, because we have to survive. And literally, you have to survive. You have to hustle. And I mean, like, I used to help my great grandma when she and she had a side hustle. Well, she was already, retired, like, for decades, but she would buy cigarettes and, have like some sunflower seeds. She would sell them on the corner. And sometimes, if she didn't, like, if she was sick or something, that I would go and do that for her. So just like little things here and there. My grandma sells roses, so I helped her with that. And like, going to sell fruits and berries and vegetables, because we had a huge garden. So we did that. I did that as a kid. So I'm talking about street smart in that way, because here, like I said, here, because I find it, because there's just abundance of everything. You go to supermarket, there's everything you need, and so much stuff that you don't need, but you think you need because the peer pressure, like all this stuff. I don't watch TV. No, I don't have social media. I don't care for any of this BS, because it's poison. It's freaking poison. I'm not saying that. I don't know. Social media, I don't. I mean, there's some good in it. Don't get me wrong. There's some good in it, where, like, people do GoFundMe stuff for people that are actually in need, when their neighbors know that the people are, like, I don't know, like, have cancer and they can't pay bills, and they start GoFundMe, and then they help out the neighbor or somebody. I salute social media for that. But most of it is basically garbage. Anyway, let me get through. Okay, so it's the same post, 64 for social media. Women lack of femininity. Yeah, that's, I know. They even talk like men. Like, so, well, I pay all the bills. What do I need men for? And do you ladies know that 90% of 90, I still want to say 99% of infrastructure is built by men, not by women? It's it's ridiculous when women think they don't need a man. Yes, you do. Like, I know I do. Not to pay my bills, but to be my man. Like, I mean, just to, even I because I'm feminine, I want to feel protected. Even though I probably could kick some ass, because I took kickboxing. But I mean, if it's a guy like 6 feet tall, like, there's nothing I can do to him. Like, what in the right, like, whom in the right state of mind thinking that, like, I don't need a man? Yes, you do. Somebody breaks into your house. I mean, anyway. Oh, this coffee is so good. I'm so good. All right. Do. Happy weekends. Do you guys miss Irina? I know I do. But I like to help out when she needs me. Yep, I never wasted my time with dating apps. Oh yeah, but okay, yeah, I already looked at it. How about Eastern women? You forgot about them? No, I did not forget about them. Okay, here. There's your butt. Anyway, yeah. So Eastern women, Easter women, I honestly, I don't know about nowadays. Like, they're too busy to be on social media. Honestly, they are too busy because they have to go and they have to work, and they have to come home, and they have to take care of kids. They have to clean. They have to cook. They have to keep everyone in line. And one thing, like, discipline their kids. I see that here in North America, discipline is kind of, people lacking discipline here. It's like, I don't know, kids just do whatever the heck they want. So because if a parent starts to disciplining them, then they can quickly go and call social services. Mommy, spank me. Yeah. Well, if I had a kid and my kid pulled this crap on me, I'd be like, okay, go stay in foster care. Let's see how you like it. But anyway, well, see, the Western women, like feminine, even though, like I said, I told you many times, and I know for people that don't know, um, my grandparents, they are my role models for everything, for everything. Honestly, every single thing. That my grandma was super feminine. She was a very good looking lady. Very good looking. Yeah, and she had big boobs. What happened here? I didn't inherit those. Anyway, so um, she was very feminine. She dressed very nice, very nice. She had very good taste. She still does. Well, right now she's what, 85 years old. I don't think she really cares, but she still cares because she does her hair, and she's all by her. She's the home alone. She still makes sure that her hair is looking nice. She does her nails herself. She always done her nails by herself. Always had beautiful nails. I don't really care for that because I clean for living. So anyway, um, plus I never really liked long nails. It's just yeah, not my thing, right? So, and then she still stayed feminine because when she worked. She worked with my. I told you she worked with my grandpa at the same place, and he was her boss. Um, and she was making good money. Uh, Prior to even my grandpa becoming her boss, because I was somebody else before, and she came home, cooked, cleaned. My grandma is an amazing cook. She's the best cook in my family. I guess I think I'm a little bit better than her. I guess because she was more. She just really knows like Ukrainian food, and Hungarian food because we're like right on the border with Hungary, and my grandpa was Hungarian. So, but like Eastern European foods, yeah, she knew that. But now that I live in Canada, I learn all these other cuisines, So yeah, I'm more versatile, I suppose. But gosh, man, she's a good cook, and like I said, in the Eastern women, it's just that's how we are raised. We like to like keep our house clean, and it's when and like I see that in the West here again, modern women, they clean a little bit, they make like a little meal, which is like just take out of the package, throw it in the microwave. It's like, well, I cooked, I cleaned, and it's like you should be praised for it. No, why why do you think you should be praised for it? No, it's something that you do that you should be doing for yourself to begin with. And if the man lives with you, like if you guys move in together, why do you think all of a sudden this becomes that, well, I'm doing it, well, so what? You were doing it prior to that. You had to feed yourself, didn't you? Why does it have to be like, well, now I'm doing it? You should, man should appreciate it, of course. I'm not saying that, oh, like you should be like a slave and do everything for a man and he does not appreciate it. But again, it's always two-way street. But if you're doing these things for yourself, like you're paying your bills, like you going to work, you're making money, you're paying your bills, you're cleaning your house, you're doing your laundry, you're cooking your meals, and then once you move in with the man, and you just be like, well, if you want me to do that, then you have to pay everything. Like, where is this mentality coming from? I just don't freaking understand. I just really don't get it, and I will never understand that. Because if you're doing this for yourself, why can't you do an extra load of laundry for your man? Why can't you put a little bit extra of ingredients to make 2 meals? Well, that's four, but you know what I mean, right? So, and then women here, they think, well, if I'm doing this for you, you have to do this and that. No, in in my mind, in how it's with most Ukrainian women. Again, I'm not saying all Ukrainian women. I scratch that crap. This is not the fact. The fact is most Ukrainian women, again, traditional, because most Ukrainian women are traditional women. It's they do these things. Like I personally do these things. Like I go out of my ways when I go, like when it comes to cooking, right? I go and I like shop for, like, I always love to cook for myself, but just if it was for myself, I can just make myself a protein smoothie and like eat some berries, have like a toast with whatever, banana on top of it, peanut butter and banana, mwah, so good. Just simple things. If I'm like, I feel lazy sometimes. If it's just for myself, I can just survive. I'll just do a cleanse for a day. I just don't even eat anything. Just intermittent fasting for 12 hours. Just don't even eat. Then have something very light, couple of bananas, apple, whatever. I'm good. But now I do this. I cook, like I'm telling you. The best time of the day is when my man is on the way here and I'm in the kitchen cooking, because I know as soon as he walks in and he smells it, he's like, "Oh my god, it smells so good! I'm so hungry!" And then he eats it, and then he's so happy because the food is so good. He eats a little too fast sometimes, and then he just can't breathe, and then falls asleep. But it's a compliment to me. It's like that's what strokes my ego. Not that he tells me I'm beautiful. Hello, I see. I'm just being funny, okay? I don't think that I'm all this and that. I don't. Honestly, I don't. Uh, I'm just being funny. But you can't feed my ego with telling me I'm pretty. Okay? That's what God gave me. And women think that if that's a flex being pretty, it's not. I mean, yeah, of course, it to a point, yes. Some of us are more blessed than others, but the fact is that, like I said before, one bad car accident, your face is all messed up. What do you really have then? What? Please do tell me, because I know that the women that entitled and don't have any life skills, like just simple skills like cooking. Cooking is not even that hard. It's not even that hard. What? It's easy. It's easy, and I have some friends here that born raised here, and they're like, well, cooking is so complicated. How so? How so? Like you're a nurse. You. I think it's complicated for me to remember all the medicine that you need, like all the names for meds. I mean, I don't like whatever meds I'm taking. I can't even remember that. So cooking is again, it's a skill. Skills you can learn. Okay, talents you can't. That's most likely is not the case. Let's see. Okay, in USA there are about 8 million more women than men. Exactly. That's my point. The number of women isn't the issue, but the quality of women is the major issue. That's true, as I'm sure you and your agency know. Well, that's exactly why we have the agency, because we know in the US they think they all think they're the prize, when in reality they're not. And on top of everything, like at least a third of them are plastic. So and I've seen women going like, well, you know how much money I've invested in my body, like $100,000. What? You've you're telling me that you spent $100,000 on getting blah, 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 a bunch of crap on here, boobs, ass, this, that. Hi, broadcast Dave. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. So back to that. So women think that it's again a flex, that they literally take out loans to get boobs done, to get butt done, to get a bunch of crap on their face done. And those nails. Oh, don't even get me started. I just don't get this thing. Like my best friend, She's Russian. I told you. She wanted me to put her on like, and add her to the collection of ladies that we have, and I was like, nope, you're not. Nope. She's like, find me a husband. I'm like, no, you're not a wife material. Nope. She's a good woman. I mean, she's a good friend. She's yeah, she works hard, she takes care of herself, she looks very pretty and all that, but mm, kind of entitled. So, but I think she's very a little messed up in the head because I think she wants love, but she never really had someone love her. So I think that's why. But anyway, oh my god, this coffee is so good. But yeah, so I just don't understand that, putting all this stuff, and then and just even taking a loan, because my friend, she took a loan to get her boobs done. She paid it off herself, of course, but what kind of mentality is that? And I even told her, I'm like, what are you thinking? Like, why? I don't have any boobs. Okay, well, that just work with what God gave you. I understand once you, let's say you're in your 40s or whatnot, you have 3 kids, they suck the life out of your boobs. Yeah, okay, I understand. Then okay, you're done with you're done kids, having kids, and you feel insecure about flapjacks. I totally understand. But if you're healthy and you just have small boobs, why get big balloons? Because they feel like rubber. I felt them. Nothing to be very excited about, and then plus they look good in the bra, but then once you take it off, like one is pointing this way, the other one is that way. It's like, ugh. Anyway, I think it's just a waste of money, because after a while they're gonna sag anyway. Like your body's not if the body's not supposed to have it in your in your body, right? If this, like, especially a foreign object. I mean, bodies will even reject a donor's kidney, so you're not even supposed to have anything else in your body, other, like I said, maybe transplants, yes, even transplants sometimes body rejects it, but anyway. But and then the women says like, well, I invested, I'm a high value woman. Well, why are you a high value woman? I've seen these podcasts, I've seen these um guys asking these women, they look good with makeup on and all the stuff on, but again, look good but fake. To me, I like natural beauties. Like when you go to Match Guarantee, you'll see women that I'm not gonna say that all of them, that there's a few, I think, a little too overdone with the makeup and blah blah blah. And my personal opinion, no. But most women natural beauties, okay? And average, I want to say above average, average 6.5, 7, 6.5. Okay, let's just be fair, 6.5. Without makeup, without being all done up, just hair, whatever, 6.5. Okay, and but you know, in the West, it's like, well, yeah, I'm high value. Well, why are you a high value woman? Well, I have a job, high paying job. Okay. What else? I put $100,000 in my body. Okay. Do you think it was a wise investment? If I had $100,000 to invest, I'd probably buy a couple of properties, rent them out, and have a steady income for the rest of my life. It's like, you think the $100,000 investing in your bodies, it's an investment. It's a waste of money, if you ask me. So the priority is kind of like a little bit backwards, not a little bit, a lot backwards in the West. And I guess, man, just I guess, yeah, you guys don't have much choice, to pick from. You really don't have that much choice. Not many natural women these days, and if they're natural, they're like way overweight. Like, mm, you go to Ukraine, you won't see obese people. You just don't. It just doesn't. I'm not even talking about just Ukraine. You go everywhere else in the world, you don't see obese people. Yeah, maybe, like, of course, yes, there are some, but to that extent, I told you, when I first came to Canada, I was in shock. I was looking around and I was wondering, what the heck is this? Like, why am I here? What is this? snowing in July. I was like, what? Don't even get me started on the weather, but I guess I'm used to it by now. Um, but it was a shock, just a culture shock, completely. Like I was crying for 6 months. Every freaking night I was crying. I wanted to go back. I was excited to come to Canada, but once I came here, I was like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. And it took me years to finally settle in and actually start liking it here. Now I love it. Yeah, I've been here for 25 years, but it first, I want to say 10 years, I barely liked it. I really didn't even like it. I didn't want to go back because there's really not much there in Ukraine. Well, not for me anyway. All right. But yeah, it was a shock. So if you think, some men saying, well, you just Ukrainian women just want to come to Canada or US, no, they don't. You might think that. You know how hard it's gonna be for you to, even if the woman she has her life together in Ukraine and everything is going great. She has her own garden where she just picks her own vegetables and not going here, because here the food is garbage. And even so-called organic, it's not organic. Everything is made in the lab, pesticides, this, that, herbicides, all of this. Okay. So you go to Ukraine, it's natural foods. That's number one. That's why Ukrainian women look so much younger than their actual age. When here you look at the 20-year-old with all the injections in her face, she looks 40. Okay. So if you think that you're going to be saving the Ukraine, no, you're not going to be saving. You're going to be saving yourself. A lot of money wasted on taking ladies, women, on these modern women on dates that expect you to spend like $100 and $300 on dinner. What? Why? To me, even when back in the day when I was single, and guys would ask me out on dates, and they'd be like, well, let's go to this restaurant, and I knew that restaurant was way out of my price range. Like I couldn't afford to go there, and so that I would decline. I'd be like, no thanks, I don't want to go to this restaurant. And guys just wanted to impress me, and I was just like, you know what, you can impress me with your money. You can impress me with your intelligence, with your character, with your kind nature. Yes, you can impress me that with talent, skills, that you can impress me with. You can impress me with money. Money is just, it's a tool. Okay. It's a tool to get you where you want to be. It's not like, oh, well, I got money. And then what? If all you care about is money, it's never going to be enough. Okay. So guys would, yeah, ask me out and then try to take me to 5-star restaurants, and I'd be like, I can't afford to go here. And they'd be like, well, it's okay, I'm paying. And I'm like, well, you're paying, what do you expect out of it? Like, you're not gonna just drop $200 on me and then not to expect anything. Oh, I don't want anything. I'm like, no, you know what, no, let's just go grab a coffee, or let's just go to this little, restaurant where we can both eat under like $15. Just have something light, whatever. I don't care. I personally don't even like eating outside food because I cook better at home. So it's just, you can't impress me with the food either. You can't not impress me with, other than like what I mentioned, that something that doesn't involve money. Okay. Um, and that's how most Ukrainian women are. Yes, we like to be a little pampered here and there. And again, we also know the value of a dollar, and we're not about to let our men to go and waste it on buying Louis Vuitton bags. Like, I mean, Louis Vuitton bags, anything Louis Vuitton is just ugly, ugly. And the Balenciaga, holy crap! I've seen Balenciaga. I didn't even know about them until, like, I don't even know how many years passed by, because I don't follow these trends. I just buy what looks good on me, and if it's like 2 years, like last season or 2 seasons behind, I don't care, as long as it looks good on me, good quality, and I didn't have to break the bank, and it was cheap. Okay, some of the stuff I buy like under $10, and it looks like $1,000,000 on me. Like, people be like, "Oh my God, where'd you get it?" Oh, it's like winners. Oh, how much was it? $10. What? It's like, yeah. Like, why would I want to spend money on? No, I'd rather. Actually, I would much prefer to spend money on quality food, which actually not much better. Yes, I when I go grocery shopping, I don't care how much I spend, because my well-being and my man's well-being is the most important thing. Everything else, everything else is an extra. I don't care. That I have shoes that I've owned for 20 years. They still look like brand new because I take care of them. Anyway, let me see. Do. Okay, spitting. Okay, no Bride of Frankenstein for me. That's right, natural woman beauty. Exactly. Because after you take all the makeup off, take out the fake hair, nails. Like really, that's what I always tell guys. You take her on a first date, or second date. Try to take her into a swimming pool and put her in a steam room or sauna. Let's see how she looks like after that. I like fake boobs, but I would never date a girl with them. More than likely, they bought it so they can get male attention, and it's just not my type of the person to go for. Exactly, Dave. I think okay. I do understand some women are very self-conscious because they don't have any boobs or like very little boobs, or the shape is not good, and they this just. But then again, the reason why they're not comfortable with it because of the comparison. They see all these other girls with boobs and it's like, oh well, she's got all those boobs. I never cared about me. Like I had the money to get the boobs. Like still, if I wanted to, I could get them. But would I want to? No. Even somebody, if they paid for my boobs. I had a guy who actually was trying to court me and date me. He was older and he was multimillionaire. He was trying to impress me, and I told him, I'm like, you can't impress me with money. And it was my birthday was coming up, and he's like, what if I paid for your boobs? And I'm like, what if you paid for your brain surgery? Like, the hell? Like, why would you say that? He's like, well, I don't know what to get for you. And I'm like, okay, get yourself out of my life. That's what. Like, no. Like, why would I want to get boobs done? I'm like, why don't you give me the money for the boobs and then disappear? Like, I can just invest that 10 grand. Like, I mean, what? Yeah. Like, no, no, I don't want anything fake. I like to go to the gym. I like to work out. And actually, I don't like to work out. I'm not going to lie. I like to swim. I do 2 kilometers nonstop. And takes me about 52 minutes to do it. And I do yoga. That's it. I do lift a little bit of weights, but it's like very light because I don't want big muscles. I like my feminine body and I want to keep it that way. I don't want a big butt. I don't want anything big. Okay. That's it. Other than maybe my bank account, which I want which I'm working on by myself. Don't need anybody else for that. Anyway, let's see. Okay, so the polls are still the same. 67% say social media fuels comparison. Women lack of femininity, 17, and career driven and dating apps, 8% each. Anyway, you guys, I really have to go. You always tune in so late. You know that my podcast starts at 10 o'clock, and you guys don't tune in till like I'm already 20 minutes in. Just talking to myself there. I'm basically, well, technically, I'm talking to myself here right now too. But anyway, you guys, okay, let me play the last video. Okay, again, please, guys, check it out. Check out the ladies first. The beautiful and okay, matchguarantee.com register or matchguarantees.com/deals. Check out the deal that we have right now is again only 3 seats available. Well, 3 seats were yesterday. Because the last time we had the Christmas deal, which stayed the same, is $2,000 plus $500 a month, unlimited everything. So, and again, I'm gonna play the video here. But it says Christmas deal, but because we didn't want to start and didn't want to make a new video, it just takes time, blah blah blah. Because this deal, once it's over, is over. It's not gonna be no more deals till next Christmas, next Black Friday. So take advantage of it if you like to. I suggest if you're really looking for a good wife, good woman in your life, that's gonna love you for you and is gonna be your partner, not just a liability. Try it out. Just try it out. No obligations. You just see if you even like the ladies, okay? And hit me up next Saturday. No, yeah, next Saturday I'll be back. So, okay. Love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Always pleasure to see you and Okay, let me see. The last few comments. Thank you, Shania. You're welcome. Okay, Passport King. Everybody, guys, love you so much. Please come back to see me next Saturday. And have a beautiful Sunday. Have fun. Mwah.
In today's world, dating can feel like spinning the roulette wheel in Vegas. But what if you could finally stack the odds in your favor to win? Imagine if finding lasting love was not about leaving it to chance, but rather about following a proven path that most men don't even know exists. Picture finding her, the one you've been waiting for, faster than you ever thought possible. No more settling, no more loneliness, no more waiting for someday that may never come. Imagine a reliable way to connect with beautiful, family-oriented women that are committed and ready to build a life with you. Sound too good to be true? Well, we've made this a reality for hundreds of happily married couples over the past 27 years. Hi, I'm Anna Ricards, heart of Match Community, Canada's leading international matchmakers. Today, I will show you how we help our clients to go from frustrated to fulfilled, realizing the family life they've dreamed of without wasting your precious time and financial resources. Does finding the right partner feels like a full-time job? With professional matchmaking, you skip years of frustrating trial and error dating, saving time, energy, and money while our experts do the legwork for you.
Match guarantee is finding my perfect lady, and it's worked out really, really well for me. I don't believe that I could have found a person like Olga. I don't think that ladies with their values exist anymore in England.
Our approach is all about you. We take time to understand your values, interests, and ideal qualities in a partner, ensuring that each match is perfectly aligned with what you're looking for. With unlimited matchmaking, you access a curated selection of high-quality, marriage-minded women. Unlike other international matchmakers, our database of ladies is exclusive, with every lady carefully vetted by our psychologist, which means you'll never waste time on casual encounters with women who aren't serious ever again.
Never stop to dream about something. If you really want to do something and want to receive something in your life, everything is possible. Yeah.
That's brilliant. Yeah, very happy, eh?
Google Match Community reviews and see for yourself hundreds of men who once felt stuck in today's dead-end dating scene just like you are now enjoying the peace and fulfillment of lasting relationship. Ready to take the first step? The world's #1 trusted matchmakers are here for you. And today, it won't set you back 20 or even 10 grand. This holiday season, take advantage of our exclusive offer, just $19.97 upfront and $500 monthly for unlimited introductions. Cancel anytime. Imagine start a new year with someone who truly completes you. Don't let another year pass you by without reaching your #1 life goal, finding true love and building your family. You owe it to yourself to make your life goal happen now, before it's too late. With our special holiday offer, there is no reason not to start today. To get all your questions answered and see if this is right fit for you, simply book your no-obligation consultation at matchguarantee.com/APPT or just call our Vancouver office at 1604-998-8051. Make today the day you take charge of your future happiness. Match Guarantee, because everyone deserves to find their perfect match.
How many of them? Seriously. Oh shit.